GPS Find Me by Naquita Melton. Okay, go ahead and play the video, please. Have any of you used your GPS device or some kind of device that had a GPS system and you found yourself driving down the road, following the directions, and then you decide, oh, you know what? I think I know a faster way, so I'm just going to go the opposite way of what it wants me to go, and then you hear the dreaded recalculating.
Recalculating.
Yes. If you've all heard that before,
Continue 47 miles.
then that your
Turn right onto
GPS is
I-40
working
East.
just fine. All right. Show of hands. Who have decided they were smarter than the GPS system and heard that dreaded recalculating? All right. Can anybody tell me what GPS stands for? Matilda, do you know what GPS stands for?
Oh. Sorry about that. There you go.
Matilda, do you know what GPS stands for? It stands for
Something
Global
satellite.
Positions or Global Positioning System. It was originally developed by the U.S. Department of Defense for military purposes,
Let's go to the next one.
and it was first launched in 1978 by the U.S. Air Force. And then here's just some information about it. It's satellite based. It's 24 or more operating systems. That's about 20,000 miles above orbit. It's most common in cars, boats, and any type of mobile device. The GPS consists of 3 segments. The first is space segment, which is the constellation of satellites. The second is the control segment, which is the worldwide monitor stations. And last is user segment, which is the devices that people buy to use. First, we will discuss the space segment, which is a constellation of 24 or more satellites flying above orbit. Each one actually circles the planet twice a day, providing 24/7 coverage for anyone who uses the device all day long. Companies, anything like that, constantly getting feed so that they're able to use their GPS devices. These satellites broadcast radio signals providing their location, status, and precise time from aboard atomic clocks. These signals can travel faster or at the same rate of the speed of light. I said speed of light, at the speed of light, sorry about that. Okay. Next, we will discuss the control segment. The GPS Master Control Station tracks the satellites via a global monitoring system or network, and it manages the health on a daily basis and sends that information back and forth to make sure that the satellites stay working properly. And then they have ground antennas all around the world, and they send data updates and operational commands to the satellites, also checking to make sure that they're working correctly. Sorry, that's okay. The U.S. Department of Defense maintains the Master Control Center, and it is located at the Falcon Air Force Base in Colorado Springs, Colorado. There are 16 monitoring stations located throughout the world, including 6 from the Air Force and 10 from the Natural Geospatial Intelligence Agency. So, got a lot going on to keep these satellites working so that everybody can have a GPS to get to where they need to be. These monitor stations track the GPS satellites as they pass overhead and channel measurements.
Okay, it shut off. No, it's back on.
Okay. Range carrier measurements and all the way to navigational signals. These ground antennas that are located all around the world, they are used for command and control purposes, and there are 4 dedicated GPS ground antenna sites located with monitor stations. I'm probably not saying these right, but it's the Kwajalein Atoll, Ascension Island, Diego Garcia, and Cape Carnival. Carnival, how do you say it?
Cape Carnival.
Okay. All right, and lastly, we will discuss the user segment, and that is just any device that offers GPS technology, and which could be cell phones, wristwatches, bulldozer, ATMs, about anything. But GPS are able to save lives because they can help prevent transportation accidents. They can help rescuing efforts, enhance flight safety. But there's lots of things that you can do with anything that has GPS or offers GPS technology. Like, for instance, the military uses it for navigation, reconnaissance, and missile guidance systems, whereas us normal people use it way beyond the expectations they thought we'd be using them for back in 1980. But we use it in almost every field, from surveying to transportation to natural resource management to agriculture. But the majority of us use it for simple navigation, just to get to and from certain locations. A GPS device receives the radio signal, noting the exact time of arrival, and uses these calculations to see what the distance is from each satellite in view. And once it knows that and has at least 3 or 4 satellites in range, then that's how it transmits the information back and forth to your GPS device so that you're able to use it. And then again, just to go over everything, GPS is a global positioning system maintained by the U.S. Department of Defense and the U.S. Air Force, and it was first launched in 1978, but was not available to use for civilians or normal everyday people until 1980. And then here's just a GPS demonstration that I wanted to show you guys.
Hi, my name is Tony, and on behalf of Expert Village, this is how to use your GPS, basic edition, of course. Let's go. Chapter 6, choosing a destination based on an address. Again, we're using the TomTom 1. What you want to do is click the screen once. Click the screen. We're going to choose Navigate to. Then we're going to choose Address. In the address section, we have the choice of choosing an address by the city, a postcode, cross intersection, or of course the street and home address. That's the one we're going to try to do. Click that. Choose the city that we're looking for, in this case Tampa, Florida. Choose the road we're looking for. We'll just use this default one for right now. Click that. That's a good number to look for. This is where you would add your actual numerical number, whatever the address is. 10306, whatever it ends up being. 90210, doesn't matter. Hit done. Do we need to arrive there at a particular time? Let's say no. It'll plan the route out for you, just like this. Da-da-da, and it's done. It says that we'll get there in 36 minutes, and this 19.9 miles away. We click done. We're ready to go. And that's how you choose your destination by address.
So that was an older system, but they needed to just have a quick review of how you use it to get to a certain location. So just a quick overview, it consists of 3 segments. Space segment, which is a constellation of 24 or more orbiting satellites. The control segment, which is the master control station and 16 monitoring stations. And the user segment, which is any device that offers the GPS technology. And then I just have a few questions for you guys. So I'll just call out on you. Michelle, do you know when the first GPS was launched?
1978.
All right, good job. And do you happen to know when they made it available for civilian use?
1980.
Good job, that is correct. How about you, Heather? Do you know how many satellites are in the constellation?
24 or more.
That's correct. And the last time I checked, they actually had 31 orbiting up and working, and they had it spread out into 7 distant planes for these satellites to orbit through twice a day. And then Matilda, do you know how many segments have to do with the GPS devices?
Yes, 3.
And do you know the names of those 3 segments?
The space, the control, and the use of 6 segments.
That is correct. All right, y'all were paying attention. So I just want to thank you for coming to my presentation. I hope you learned some information. I hope you enjoyed it. And I also brought some snacks so you can just take some on the way out. And again, thank you.
Thank
Thank you.